Now, new analysis from the Taxpayers Alliance has revealed that Britain's national debt has ballooned by almost £200 billion in 1 year alone. And we're seeing their live debt clock on the screen. It's like that Reform membership tracker, isn't it? Keeps going up.
I think they'd love 2.7 trillion members, but probably highly unrealistic. Well, we're joined now by the head of the Taxpayers Alliance, Elliot Keck. Thank you so much for coming in this morning. These are incredible figures, 200 billion more in just a year. What's leading to this debt crisis?
So the exact figure, £187 billion, that's 7% of our national debt in just 1 year alone. And I would struggle to think that there'd be a single viewer watching today that could name something that we've seen improved over the last year as a result of that £187 billion. Do we see a better health service? Do we see a better education service? Is the justice system ticking along nicely? None of this is working. That £187 billion has essentially gone into, as far as we can tell, very little, and it only seems to be getting worse.
You can see on your live tracker behind you, Elliot, the number of Big Macs you can buy for the national debt. It says £96,000 per household.
Yeah.
I mean, what's the hope of this being dealt with properly?
Yeah, and it's £6,500 per household just in the last year, and that's going to be paid by future generations, going to be paid by us to some extent, and it's very, very clear in the upcoming budget and over the next few years that the Labour government is going to continue to spend more. And of course, that money's not being spent on good, productive things. That's just being handed out in massive, unconditional pay rises, essentially, to their union mates. That means you're not going to get the productivity boost that you need in places like the health service and all the rest of it. And it does mean that the country is heading for bankruptcy, and it's not going to be too far away. The national debt that we've added in the last year would be the third largest department by spending, and that's just going to be catastrophic for the years to come.
Now, I've heard some economists say that national debt is not important. We issue our own currency. We don't ever actually have to pay this money back. What would you say to that? Well,
some of our debt is denominated in our own currency. Some of it's not. And of course, even though you are able to print money to pay for your own debt that you've denominated in your own currency, that's still inflationary. We've already seen inflation tick up to 3.8%. Debt interest alone is now at about £110 billion a year. That's £110 billion we're not spending on anything else, that we're not using for tax cuts. So it may have been that 10, 15 years ago, when we thought we were in a period of permanent low interest rates, debt was something to worry about a little less. Now that interest rates are up and interest rates are here to stay, we need to get serious about it very, very quickly.
Now, it's easy to blame politicians. They're the ones in control of the spending. It's easy to blame the Bank of England and economic advisors. But isn't also the problem that the public want more spending on the NHS, on schools, on defence, and lower taxes, and politicians who are democratically elected want to give people what they want?
I'm very sceptical of that point of view. The public are entitled to have contradictory positions, and it's up to politicians and it's up to the government to be leaders and actually sketch out a clear, coherent ideology and fiscal position behind that. And this government came in saying that they really cared about the finances. They spoke about the £22 billion black hole. They claim to be very serious about this stuff, and yet since then all they've done is spend like there's no tomorrow. So it's up for politicians to lay a clear position and a clear ideology and actually lead the public rather than just follow them.
Rachel Reeves now has approval ratings in the single figures. She's being surrounded by a set of backbench MPs who are certainly to the left of her.
Well to the left.
If she is removed from that position, that figure behind you is going to go even higher, isn't it?
Yes, although, I mean, it's difficult to believe that it could be. People talk about how Rachel Reeves has been a great, restraint on fiscal irresponsibility, and yet, as far as I can tell, there hasn't been a single thing that she's been able to actually cut. So, I'm not actually convinced that things can get much worse as they are. I think ultimately you do need a chancellor that's going to stand up to those backbenchers and really make the case for them that, we risk bankrupting the country if we continue the way we are.
Well, Elliot Keck, very worrying news, and certainly I think we should be paying much more attention to that and potentially coming up to an economic crisis, I think, that people are not ready for. Anyway, thank you so much, Elliot Keck from the Taxpayer Alliance.